folks, welcome back for another Spotlight video. We have the privilege of being able to observe and discuss and learn from Inu. Full name is Yukinu, as you can see there, but it's actually Inu. He just had to have the extra letters in there because of the game requirements. But really looking forward to it. High-level player. We had a talk beforehand, but unfortunately it went awry in the recording, so this is a redo. As you can see, a slightly different format, trying something new here, but very excited. And he is coming to us from Austria, so definitely in a whole. He's actually I think it's like 11 o'clock his time, so being very gracious and hitting it late for us. So anyway, without further ado, Inu, take it away. How's it going?
Hey. Thanks for having me. It's going good. It's been a long day, but happy to get this thing recorded. Yeah, good. I'm happy we're gonna finally be able to do this. What deck are you running here today to start off with? Starting off with Veteran Dragons, if you couldn't tell by now.
It's too late.
The signs are there. The signs are there. They're subtle, but they're there.
Yeah, it's pretty much a standard dragon list. We saw Gordbok in my hand. I think that's a very... You can high roll with dragons. It's always cool to hit Parfernex or Odaving from Gordbok. Pretty much it's an auto surrender usually, if the opponent does not have an answer to Gordbok for 1 or 2 turns, they usually quit.
Yeah, he is. I mean, obviously, if he low rolls a couple turns, I think that people can push through that because I have seen some very sad Gordboks. But obviously, if he's doing his job well, it's a little too much to handle. But yeah, you typically don't see that card in a dragon deck. Like I think that's a first. Although honestly, I haven't seen too many Veteran Dragons. What made you decide to go dragons in this particular color scheme?
Good question. I'm just thinking about before answering your question.
Sure.
I think just I want the guard on the spine. Yeah, so Veteran Dragons. Not. We see a lot of Guildsworn on your channel. I also play a similar version to what you have shown on your channel, and it's arguably better than this one, but it's still fun, mixing it up. I guess I have no particular reasons. Obviously, we see Edict of Azura as an extra removal spell is pretty strong. You have Soul Tear in these colors. So do some revive shenanigans. I initially ran Midnight Burial, but I think the mechanic is toxic, so I put it out. I have Reanimate, but I've gotten rid of the Midnight Burials, the Alduin cheese.
Good for you. I mean, and that's an extra step because there's a lot of people. Well, if I don't pair it with, this card or that card, but I think the less circulation those kind of cards get in general, and the more effective decks that are built without them, hopefully we'll start seeing them less and less. So, huzzah! Striking a blow for getting rid of a toxic card.
Yeah. So, I play this game for fun. At this stage. I will not do, I guess, because the game pretty much died, unfortunately. We're just keeping it alive. But I guess you can see it from my card back. I managed to hit legendary top 100 once because I pretty much only went for the grind once. Because what does it do? I got the card back. Top 10 would be too hard or too much of a struggle. I personally think, because there's a lot of great players in this game. I guess I'm going to win this one by forfeit. They're not playing.
Looks like Acid Storm does not want any part of your dragons there. That's for sure.
Well, one more turn and he loses. So much. Still play it safe. What was I talking about again?
Oh, geez. Oh, the card back. So you ground it one time to get to the top 100. But you are a frequenter of Legendary. You make it pretty much any season that you're playing in general, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
I make it Legendary, or I make it to Legendary pretty much every month at this point, I would say. But yeah, it then depends on. As I said, I don't specifically aim for the top 100. Here we see one of my favorite cards in the game, the more normal trader, but we can get to that later. Yeah, I mean, for you, it's nothing new because we talked about this before, but for the audience, obviously, I let the game decide what I want to play. Today is an exception. I will showcase different decks, but I have a set of competitive decks. Some are more so than others, win rate wise, but I usually let the game decide. So the daily quest I get, if it says play Redoran, I will play Redoran Dragons.
Okay.
If it says, I guess I mostly have one preferred deck for each color. But if I have, let's say, I have 2 Dagoth lists, I'll just switch around, depending on my mood. But I'll usually let the game decide for me. So sometimes if my most competitive decks get randomly picked by the daily quests, pretty much, I sometimes reach Legendary very, very quickly.
Okay.
This game doesn't go very well.
Yeah, this is rough. I was going to say Tiny Dragon's going to help, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe Tiny Dragon would be the better play here. But it will be my only play.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, really.
I'm going to have to address this, but I feel like they will buff the 5th Legion trainer and get a lot of other buffs, so it's pretty much, yeah, they have lethal anyway, so yeah, maybe just to finish what I was talking about. So yeah, pretty much depending on the daily quests, I reach Legendary faster.
Okay.
Or slower, but I usually make it there, yeah, without that big of a struggle, I say.
Must be nice to have like the determinant of how fast you get to Legendary just be whether the game lets you, or what the daily quests are, where some of us it's just a grind no matter what we get.
Monk, one of the most underrated classes in my opinion.
Really?
Yep. I would argue to say across the entire game it's I could even argue that it's the best class in the game, which is very funny because I do not have a monk list actually that I use.
So why is it that you think it's the strongest?
We have support monk. Back in the day, we used to have. Wait. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Just a reminder for you folks at home, it is very, very difficult to be processing questions or answers and be playing at a high level. So if you hear pauses like this, it's because he's thinking things through, which is what I would be doing.
So I'm afraid that he might move his Palace Brawler. So I might sacrifice the Rapid Shot here and then just Tiny Dragon, the recruit that comes out from the field lane. But yeah, let's see. Just to be safe.
In my experience,
just to go in for a risk. Yeah. Well, I guess you could say I'm being greedy here, but yeah.
No, you're being optimistic.
Oh, that's also a nice way to put it. Oh god, what was I saying before? Oh, this is a great Tiny Dragon.
Oh, Tiny Dragon is going to be amazing. We might even see
play the Blades here. Lookout for being XP.
Oh, no, okay, that's greedy.
That is greedy, okay. No, Yeah, saving the rapid shot. So monk, right? The whole pilfer mechanic is very strong, and I think the support deck in general. People run a lot of support removal, but if you play a full-on support deck, the Wax and Wane support with the healing and all the wolf.
Oh yes, yeah.
You generate. The deck is so strong because you're never sure which type of support you should remove, because you don't remove the Moon Gate, they will do cloning shenanigans, right?
Yeah.
They play as you like. It's a literally everything, but you don't remove their token generator, they'll just have unlimited creatures pretty much, right? So it's a very, very underrated deck in my opinion, and usually only loses if you somehow manage to out aggro their healing, or you're very, very god draw. I'd say you're god drawing with your control list, because you'll have to remove so many things. So here we do not want him to draw any cards.
I was just about to ask you which in that situation.
Yeah. We always have the Shadow Fin in case the Descendant of Alkosh goes out of control. But I guess it won't. He only has one card in his hand, and I would like to save this for a Thieves' Den probably that they're running. And since I'm a control deck with dragons, I'm not breaking runes.
Right.
But yeah, very strong list, monk, and you have a lot of variety. It has had their its different archetypes. Or theme decks across every patch, I'd say. This is why I aggro it. Back in the early days, you could play Control Monk. It was very, very strong. But now there is no reason to run Control Monk, because you can add a color and play the 11 cost, the new era.
Oh yeah, the Go Empire. Yeah.
So this is great for me. I can still make use of this before it dies.
Didn't even break a rune doing it.
Yeah. And since I don't need to drain right now, just skipping.
Yeah, your opponent's definitely in a tough spot here with pretty much no cards in hand. You're slowly building up a nice reserve there, I guess, not repertoire. But just drawing the low end of the deck. Now,
okay. Go ahead.
So as a frequenter of Legendary, I would assume you've played for a little while. When did you get into Legends?
When did I get into Legends? I could not tell you the date right now, but it was when the Skyrim expansion hit.
Okay.
About that time, yeah.
So relatively early, but certainly
argue.
not at the conception.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw someone promote it in a video. They were playing Skyrim mods, someone was promoting it, some Skyrim modders were promoting it.
Okay.
And I actually haven't heard of the game before that, so it's kind of the sad reality of this game, also one reason probably why it died down, because they could not advertise it that well, or they did not. Money is great here. This might get a concession, but yeah, pretty early. So what was your follow-up question? I interrupted you there, I think.
Oh no, it was when you started, what got you into it? That's pretty much it. So you started with the Skyrim expansion, and you found it from somebody actually, because you said, I think I remember from our previous conversation, you're a big fan of Skyrim or the Elder Scrolls franchise in general.
Not the franchise, because I did not play the previous games, but I guess I was just too young and never got guts to play these games. So I did not play Oblivion. I only played Skyrim, but yeah, I fell in love with the game.
Okay.
And I also fell in love with Legends. That's why I'm Still playing it.
Yeah, even after. And did you? I can't remember. Did you have a pause when it was announced that the game was essentially not going to be updated or anything? Did you step away for a little while, or did you just keep playing through? You did.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember your question was, did I ever get tilted from this game?
Yeah.
And I said no. Guild-Sworn Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
With less shackling. So I know in your channel, a lot of people play it with the shackle guy, the dress renegade is his name, I think. Right?
Yep.
And I actually took one of those lists that were on you shackle guy, because for me it's just been too inconsistent when I try to play it. But yeah.
Okay. Now, you did cut out. There's been a couple times where you've, for whatever reason, the audio is just kind of cut out from Discord. But it sounded like you said that you've seen the Drez, the shackle thing in other decks, but you found it too inconsistent for this one. Is that right?
Yeah, from my experience, yeah.
Yep. No, my experience too. In a 75 card deck, you really can't rely on him turning up at all in the game, let alone in a timely fashion. That's for sure. So now you said you never got tilted, but when they announced that they were that the game will stop to develop and new content will not come out, I continued for some time, but eventually I quit for some time. Not that long, I'd say maybe it might have been half a year. Okay.
Or so. Sorry. Just thinking about the move. I think this is the play here.
All the shots. Oh wow, and you can. Well.
Yeah, I technically did not have to use one rapid shot there, but I guess the card draw isn't bad. So yeah, I quit, but I picked it up just because I liked the game too much, and I just thought about it. Just why not go back and play a little bit, just for fun. It's my go-to single-player game.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so I usually like to play games with friends, together. I'm not that much of a single, or not anymore, I'd say. Maybe when I was younger on console, in the very, very early days where there was no online gaming, obviously. But yeah, this game I like to play daily, pretty much, or most of the days. And yeah, it's my go-to game to play single player. Just
awesome.
Maybe an hour or two a day, or sometimes half an hour.
Yeah.
If I manage to get my quest done. If the game says, for example, win 3 games with Guild-Sworn, I sometimes manage to do that in 3 games, so I'm done for the day.
Okay, I feel like we just had. I feel like I saw the 2 turns, but it looked like just 1 turn because it was the exact same thing.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Indeed. So, go on.
I was going to say, before I forget, the etymology of Inu, I thought it was really cool, but a lot of folks are always curious, like, where the names come from. So where does Inu come from?
So Inu is actually my real name, real life nickname, because it's very similar to my name. My name is quite short. And I didn't have a nickname for a long time, so I just wanted to make a nickname. And coincidentally, Inu means dog in Japanese. And I watch anime, so that's why I know that. And I have a dog. I like dogs, so I thought that's a nice little twist. And the Yuki just pretty much means snow.
Okay.
But it's grammatically not correct. But I had to add something to it. And my dog is a winter dog. And on this avatar that I chose, it looks like a snow wolf. So the idea was, just combine two words pretty much, Yuki and Inu, even if it's not grammatically correct, I guess.
Sounds good here.
Yeah, but I do not use Yukinu in any other game, so.
Oh, okay.
It's always just Inu or something else, Inu.
No, it's a great overlap of, like you said, your nickname, then your doggy, which I got to see a picture of. It was part husky or part German Shepherd, I remember, but it was also
it's a Samoyed, so it's his own breed.
Okay,
but it's very close to a husky. So
right, okay,
it's like those fluffy clouds if you've seen them online.
Yeah, I remember. I was just like, oh, that's just the cutest doggy, little doggy.
Indeed.
Now, and you mentioned, it's not grammatically correct. So are you like a language aficionado, or you just know from like anime and stuff that it doesn't work out that way?
I do like languages, or I have a tendency to pick them up real quickly because I learned a couple of languages in school. Mm-hmm. English being my favorite, but no. So I do not have the time to learn proper Japanese, but just from you learn pretty basic vocabulary that comes up. And
Speaking of which, so what's your favorite anime? Or, I mean, obviously, maybe if you can't pick the best one of your top anime.
Well, something that's still ongoing is One Piece, right? I love One Piece.
Okay, yes. Yeah, well, that's been going on for years now.
Yeah, it might even be as old as me, or even older than me. Yeah, but the problem is, how everything is manga related. So it's the book that comes out first, right? And the anime is very slow paced because the author, pretty much the anime caught up to the manga, to the books that come out. So it's very, very slow paced, which is really a pain. But yeah, I'd say it's one of my favorites. I guess Dragon Ball Z too. It's kind of your childhood anime.
Yep.
I'd have argued. That one was my favorite, but yeah, the story of One Piece, just you keep getting a new plot twist, and it's amazing. Just a shame that it's very slow paced. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think we got the gist. There was a couple times where the audio cut out there, but I think like you said, it's because of its pairing with the manga. It like you said, slower pacing. But yeah, it's
great story. Great storytelling.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean the manga is on what? Is it in the thousands now? Like chapter-wise?
The anime is in the thousands.
Jeez.
So the anime is almost reaching 1,100.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the longest running series. I mean, maybe The Simpsons have about that many episodes after 30 years, but no, even 30 years, it would only be like 600-700 episodes. So, yeah, One Piece has definitely got it beat by far.
Yep.
Wow. And let's see. Okay. Oh, and I do remember this too. Also, so you mentioned Mournhold Trader is one of your favorite cards, but I thought I remember you saying there were actually one or two others that also were vying for your favorite cards in principle or because of like how.
I'm going for one, not so much of a surprise because. It has been featured on your channel before, but I guess Unite the Houses is pretty much the Exodia of this game. If you've seen Yu-Gi-Oh! And the other one actually, which probably me and one of my buddies are the only ones that will give you this answer, but we actually like that fabricant beetle that you can only get from that one cost that creates you a random fabricant.
Yes, that's right. Yep. I don't know how I forgot that, but I did. Yeah.
The beetle with that very funny sound that it makes. So,
what does that sound like again? I can't remember. What is it again?
You're setting me up to do it.
No. I literally can't remember. I don't know.
Oh, wait. It goes. Oh god, I'm going to embarrass myself. Let me try. Did my microphone pick that up?
Nope. Try it again.
It didn't. It was so high pitched that it doesn't pick it up. I actually did it.
Oh, did you?
I really did it.
I
guess it just wasn't meant to be. I swear I did it.
Yeah. No, I totally believe you.
It's very high pitched. Maybe that's why I didn't do it.
Well, I remember you did it for me like last time when we thought we weren't recording or we weren't recording.
I genuinely did it.
Well, I don't want to put you on the spot there. Maybe I'll put the fake of the actual effect in there and pretend that was it. And
if I get a successful Unite the Houses game, I'll do it again. How does
okay. But yeah, that reminds me. I totally had forgotten. Like, so you are I would consider you to be the Unite the House master. Like, I watched you do 3 in a row. I think you did have a gauntlet where you got 9 wins with the Unite deck, right?
Yeah, it was the lucky gauntlet.
Yeah.
So on my third run, I was like, why not? Let's just go with Unite. You do not technically benefit from the lucky lane as a Unite the Houses guy, but once I tried it, I found that people really fight a lot for lucky lane, even aggro players, because sometimes you get drain and those kinds of things. So, and yeah, it just kept going, and it was 9-0. So the 0 was what was even more impressive to me,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Not losing a single one.
Jeez.
I do not want to use Alduin right now. So not all of them were won with Unite. I think there might have been 1 or 2 concessions because it's still a control deck.
Right.
And because I was pretty much set up but could not draw the Unite, which sometimes happens, with that deck. And one time I actually, they started underestimating the damage I could dish out and thought I'm control. So they ignored my huge board. So I was like, okay, just going to finish that way. But I'd say 6 out of the 9 were genuine Unite.
Wow.
Finishes.
That is, like you said, that it is. To be fair, getting 9 wins at a gauntlet is amazing. Getting 9 wins, without any losses is like super rare, and then doing it with a Unite deck is practically unheard of. So you have shaped history. So I guess we're going to see a Unite.
I might have, yeah.
Oh, there's those Guardians. There's those.
Well,
Guardians.
the left lane is not the issue, but I guess at this point I still Alduin. I have to do something because they're probably, I don't know if you know that combo, but if you go to his discard pile, you see the Drom Athra Reaper.
Oh yeah.
You can combo that with Ring of Namira and what's it called? Journey to Sovngarde, and it OTKs you. So I guess I'm gonna have to push.
That's pretty keen that you caught that.
Yeah, I played the deck myself a couple of times. It was very fun, but I had a lot of fun with it, but then it got very inconsistent. So I guess I was just lucky in the very beginning, so I stopped playing it.
Gotcha.
And I believe I played it in Telvanni. Or Telvanni, you'd say. So they have no answers for my Alduin.
Doesn't look like it. I mean, granted, they're at 52 health. That's a long way to go. But well, you got 26 on the board now.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. This guy has all the like. I have not seen half of these cards played ever.
But I guess it's cool to lose to this type of scout because usually scouts play that Alduin cheese.
Yeah.
There is murder in
Yeah.
the air.
So gotta respect them for playing this.
Sure.
But
Tiny Dragon says, "Screw you guys."
yep. And at this point, I guess I want to kill the opportunist, or do I not? It's just free card draw engine for them. So,
Right.
I don't have lethal anytime soon here, so it's not looking that great. A Power Thurnax might help me. If it's even in the deck, I actually can't remember Power Thurnaxes. But
Do you have Cal Grunteed in here as well?
Guaranteed I do have, yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, he's
That's also helpful. Oof. Talking about dragons.
jeez.
Where is my Oda-wing?
You're right.
Wildfire Dragon would also be nice here. Or that Battle Mage Dragon. Oh,
Go!
nice.
I mean, I know it's not the one you wanted, but it's still a pretty
No,
darn
it's
good card.
very helpful here. Because it gets me the dragon I was just talking about.
Frostgale. Oh, Wildfire or
Frostgale.
Frostgale? Okay, yeah. Boom. Oh man, if he can't remove that support, that could very well be the turn you need. Okay, well, that's not great, but
The support stays alive.
yep.
Oh man,
Oh no.
this is what I was saying. But I have another frost scale.
Oh no!
For a midnight stroll.
Ah,
Running with Vicious Stray, huh? Well, still not terrible.
I mean, this is like the epitome of a back and forth battle here. This is awesome.
Yeah. And I have to tell you, back in the days, I played a lot more Control than I do nowadays. Because,
Really?
yeah. I guess I had games that legit took over an hour to finish.
Oh my gosh.
And I've been on the winning side of these games, and I've been on the losing side of these. And trust me, it's not fun to lose them. Because
Yeah.
at one point you just go like, okay. And it usually goes that long because both sides are god drawing. You know,
Yeah.
you just have always the perfect answer, and they always get the perfect answer to your perfect answer.
Yeah.
So,
Stand.
but with Unite, not Unite, a new era, you can. It just gets it becomes a pain because some cards never leave the game anymore, right? Ever had a new era mirror match? That's not fun. It's not fun at all.
Well, I mean, it's really. I think if it's going to come down to whether Steph Mark can draw their more late game stuff, or
Yeah.
if it's all going to be the, Barrow Stalkers and things. You might be able to rush it down, but
So here, I will not swing because every card might change the game.
Right.
Actually, let's see. Wait, 9, 13. So you know what? I take that back because I have 2 turn lethal. I do have 2 turn lethal, right? I need to get them down to 13, which I can do. Yeah. I don't know if I want. Yeah, just to be safe. They got the combo.
It's been my honor.
oh, do they really? They
Yeah.
do. Oh my gosh.
Every card can change the game. I just said it, but it would have happened eventually.
Yeah, it looks
anyway.
like they had it anyway.
But it's such a cool combo.
It is.
I'm
It
kind of
is.
glad to see it here. So fair play to them. 62. Damn.
Jeez.
I also
You got-
kind of like how the animation is so slow. You're just getting chipped to death.
Yeah. Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow. Good game. All right, what have you got for us?
Okay. Oh, he's greeting me. Welcome, friend. So, now going to my, I'd say, area of expertise, and also the reason why I love Mournhold Trader. If you get him very early on, especially with the ring. Unfortunately, we do not have it. But yeah, mid-range. So, in my opinion, mid-range decks are the most entertaining decks to play, and arguably the ones that require the most skill for you, because you technically have the capacities to go very aggro, and at the same time you also have some defensive tools. Not the best, but you need to manage them well.
By the fires of oblivion.
And that's kind of what I like about it. And you fight a lot for the board while pushing aggro, because we've all been at the end where the opponent just does not swing, and it gets frustrating, pretty much.
Yeah.
If you're on the receiving end, it does. It's fair enough. They're a control deck. They do not swing. What mid-range does often, it fights for the board, but the deck pretty much requires you to swing, especially if you play another control player. In the most scenarios. And what is very, very fun, in my opinion, is playing mid-range versus mid-range. Because then it's the ultimate resource management, and obviously drawing being a card draw, a very important factor, the RNG in that. But if both decks draw decently, if usually one deck draws better than the other mid-range deck, usually the proactive one wins. The one who starts playing, pretty much. Because you just cannot deal. You do not often have the best tools to deal with aggro. So here.
Watch yourself.
Okay, and I do have a question, kind of speaking to what you were talking about there. So initially, you had your what is she? The Daggerfall Mage. You had her in the field lane or the shadow lane, ostensibly, I guess, to kind of combat what they had going over there. Were you always planning to vie for that, or were you planning to always shadow shift her, regardless of what happened in the Mournhold Trader?
Yeah, that was a heads up play.
Okay.
In K, I was just going for the tome. I could have equipped the tome on her that she kills Angolim, and then with the tome I have a valuable trait with the Galen there.
Right.
But the backup plan was a field lane over, because they're playing control. They're playing, I'd guess, Rage Ebonheart. So yeah, my primary goal is still, we do not want to get them contracts. But what we do here is we continue to swing.
Okay.
Because I actually have a lot of cards in my hand. I'm not a big fan of this right now. But I'll actually equip a dagger here, because they can swing and make me overdraw.
Right.
And I guess I could even use the cloak at this point. This makes it a good Earthbone spinner target, but I'll take that. No prophecy, so that's good.
It's interesting too, like Mikosa. I mean, usually when you see the Ebonheart deck, they don't like to push as hard as he's pushing. Like he almost seems like he's playing in mid range. Like he's like,
yeah, I respect it.
Yeah.
But yeah, arguably misplaying. Arguably.
Right. Oh yeah, no, I just found it interesting, because it doesn't seem to be wired. If they're actually
controlled, they're misplaying, in my opinion. So, but I don't know his hand. Maybe he has power swing. They might have some sort of swift strike shenanigans. So, not trying to judge other players here. So if I'm greedy, I can go for the Temple Conjurer here, which is tempting because I want to get the most out of my Alfiq.
Right.
Well, my second thought is, why are they being aggro right now? Should I play for the board, or should I go hyper-aggressive mode with Sentinel Battle Mace?
Ooh, the reach. Typically, reach like something like that is like you want to save that for like the final turn, right? Or usually, or
yeah, that's correct. And I will do this. I'm suspicious of what they're trying to do.
Right.
Not purposely stalling.
Yeah, in my experience, if they're doing something that I don't understand, usually it is not good for it. It doesn't mean that they're playing stupid. It means that they're doing something that I'm not picking up on. Mm-hmm. Ooh, maybe they just don't have the pings. I mean, because that is a bread and butter for these Ebonheart decks. If he didn't draw any of the crossbows or Archer's Gambits, he's kind of screwed. And you got this anyway. So unless drawing a prophecy,
my draw, they're not drawing great. Mm-hmm. Obviously, and I'm drawing pretty good because I have an answer for everything right now. So I just do this. I will take it. I might have missed lethal there. My bad. Or do I still have it? No. Yeah.
Yep, you still have it. Yep.
See, that happens sometimes when you play mid-range, not trying to BM. You think about board control too much that you forget that you have lethal. There's different playstyles with goblins, actually.
Yes, yeah. I think the most popular one recently is it uses a lot more of the curse, like the sheer point dragon, and but the original goblins, the one that I'm used to, are hard nose.
There's different variants. Some go very greedy with that one thing that 1/7 guard, the Zivkin.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not playing goblins right now, so yeah. So this is also something that I really love about mid-range. What's a big strength of mid-range is that you have a lot of cards that your opponent will want to answer very quickly.
Oh yeah.
And I'm splitting them up right now to make them, to make them decide pretty much what is my priority to remove right now. Is it the trader? They're going for that one, which is fair enough. And just to annoy them, I do not value this Discerning Thief. I love this card because most of the time I do not actually want to discard something in my hand. Yeah. But the opponent tries their best to get rid of it. And just to keep that going, because I guess I can get rid of the Manic Mutation. Because it's essentially just a 1/1 buff. With a low chance of hitting something great for the Manic Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that this is their priority right now. Right? So this keeps them away from my traitor. So that's the thought process there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's very smart. Yeah, using that as kind of a gauge to see what they're...
Because what I could have just done was rapid shot and trade that in. Which is probably what I'm going to do now. Just to get rid. And we already know which shot they upgraded. It's unfortunately...
Call Dragon?
This is the Alduin deck. What a shame.
Yeah. Well,
it's for the sake of this. Yeah, go on.
No, I was going to say, like with a name like Necro Zensatsu, I guess you can expect some.
Yeah. Ansatsu, if I'm not mistaken, means assassin in Japanese.
Oh, in what language?
Japanese.
Okay. Nice.
I know that because I watched Assassination Classroom.
You don't have to tell us that. You can just be like, from all my years of studying the Japanese language, I recall that being.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's still impressive. Like, I mean, I watched...
so...
Oh, go ahead.
No.
What are you thinking here?
I don't want to waste the lightning bolt on Galen. That's what I'm thinking. But
okay.
And I think, do I want to deal with that 2/1 guard that's going to pop up here? Because it's just going to be an annoyance. But because I run Cradle Crush and I can just break through it with Taskat, I'm going to decide against it. I'm just going to scare him. Come on. I'm going full aggro, baby. Keeping the dagger still for reach.
And there it is. Level
Frost
2.
Scale. They get this dragon so often.
Yeah.
So here you can technically argue that I made a misplay last turn because I had potential to ring out Mighty Conjuring if I equipped the dagger somewhere.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no. I didn't think of it either. It's not the end
of the world, though.
No.
It's not the end of the world because... Oh, that's not what I want to see him get back.
Yeah. Ooh, Ashlander's
huge card.
Nice call, though.
Because that also enables... So we do not want the cloak here. So because he has 9 magicka, so Thornhist Mage will probably come down. That still leaves him with 4 magicka, which is a Viper territory. So even though probably a guard will pop up here, yeah.
That's a good call.
Also, yeah.
It would be funny though if you put it like he just. Oh my gosh.
Odoving. Yeah. He got the best dragon he could get to.
Yep. I mean, Tazcat and Swiftstra, I mean, if you can survive till turn 12, or actually with the ring, it'll turn 11.
So, I'm going to play for my outs right now, which is Mighty Conjuring, with the hope that I get the Flame Atronach because it has Breakthrough, and try some Swift Strike, Lightning Bolt, Tazcat shenanigans.
Okay.
So if they might be one of those very greedy players that will not swing, which will end up in my favor. If they're smart, they will just set up a 2-turn kill right now. If they're smart,
right.
But many people are too greedy, or just being dirt muffins.
I love it.
So technically the best Atronach I could get, but not in this situation. But I guess with the breakthrough, okay. They're being smart about it. They can kill it.
I'm trying to think. No way to.
So correct play.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately,
we abandon this lane right now. Their creatures are too strong to copy Odowing. So what we do right now, we just play for outs, right? We're on the back foot. And my out is Lightning Bolt Leaf Lurker. It takes away 4 from my reach, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
Because they do not have lethal otherwise. Or just let me think for a second if there is something else I can do. No, killing the Hist Mage will still have lethal. Yeah, I think it has to be. Not a big fan, but...
The forest is my cloak.
And let's just say preemptively GG, because I think it's over.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do they have Tazcat? Do they?
Razum.
Good shot. Razum.
Okay, no, he's just grabbing.
They're going for another Call Dragon.
Jeez.
What are the odds of drawing that? Because we haven't seen him play Drain Vitality or Solitaire yet.
He may not even play those, which would be silly, I think, but... Oh, man.
Or 2 turns later. I might have had an OTK on turn 12 or 11 with the ring, with Tazcat and Swift Strike. But yeah.
It has been my honor.
Let's just sum it up.
Hey.
Defeated.
Happens.
Call Dragon Boy. Right, so what are we playing on this turn? Or this
mid-range Tribunal.
Okay.
So, also one of my very strong mid-range decks. Yeah, just different strengths, you know. Sorceress Negation, obviously. Arguably more removal in this deck.
Well, Tribunal, of course. That's the bread and butter of Tribunal is the removal.
You say that, but nowadays you barely get to see actual control Tribunal lists.
That's true.
My experience, because it's new era, you know. New era is just too strong. It just Tribunal was your #1 hate class, you know, back in the day. Okay,
Oh, that is the ripest negation target I've ever seen.
feels good.
No draw for you.
So we're playing Telvanni, also one of the most hated attributes to play against. But surprisingly deals is not so good against aggro.
Speak, citizen.
Unless they guard draw, from my experience. Even if I sometimes play, I guess I like to play for the board, even against control deck sometimes.
Better be.
I do not against Tribunal. Against Tribunal, I'm just going full face. And here
You
I'm...
mean Telvanni or Tribunal?
Oh, Telvanni, sorry. I'm
Okay.
the Tribunal player. So here I have the Shadowfin, but next turn is turn 6. And an Alta might come down. But I guess not, because why would they want to sacrifice their Rana for it? Yeah, just... What actions could they have? What would be annoying? That one that Fingers of the Mountain, right? That deals 6 damage.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind to see them have more Ice Storms, because I have a lot of threats in my deck that have more than 3 HP, but Fingers of Mountains gives some versatility. So my thought is maybe just Shackle it. Or just Shadowfin Priest it, because Shackling would also keep this alive. Well, let's just go ahead and do this first. And I guess because I'm going for a fast finish, and I believe they have Fingers of the Mountain here,
Are quicker than your eyes.
which will get them 2 cards removed, I believe.
Yeah. Yep, 2. Which is kind of nice, because usually Fingers will take out a good swathy chunk, but you've got him in a good place, I think.
Also, because it fits, it just fits into the topic. If you play mid-range, your strategy is almost always based on what is the enemy playing. You're quickly trying to identify what they're playing. So I saw, okay, Tribunal, pretty much always control, just go full aggro. I'm just on full-on aggro mode. Full-on aggro mode, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm seriously considering Shadowfin priesting my Harpy for the 2 reach here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof. That is
But
aggressive.
let's do this first. You can always discard the Reflective Automaton for a future Alfic, yeah.
Nice.
Which is the strongest card for mid-range decks. Why most mid-range decks are blue or include blue.
Right. And what's your top end? What do you top end at? Or max
In this
out
deck?
at? Yeah.
Ancano.
Okay,
I
so
think
this is
it's yeah. No Mirac here.
Okay.
So well, I guess I'm saving the Shadowfin for a guard. So what they could do here is Night to Remember and check my entire lane. So I'm doing this here. It will require.
This is
another
great. Pay
answer.
attention at home. But that's how you think ahead, because that's exactly something that a Telvanni would have.
Yeah, they're sometimes so greedy. It just you're just getting annoyed at that point that it works out for them,
Yeah. Yeah, we've had like 3 games in the past, the past 2 episodes or something where it was like exactly what was needed.
Yeah.
At about this
I've
point.
seen those videos. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say at right around this way, it's right around 10. You get them down to 10, and that's when the shenanigans start going, and somehow they, the amulet comes down, and then it just slips away. But one off of lethal right now. Oof.
We do not want the Cloud Rest because we are not playing for board. And I can actually drop down both of these. The Wind Keep. There's an argument to me, wait, do I want to Shadowfin the Balmora Spymaster?
Ooh, yeah, it's risky with the high roll, but for me, Dark Seducer always comes down at this point, and it's like, all right, well.
So same argument here. These both have ward, so he needs more to deal with it. So a Knight to Remember doesn't fully shackle my other lane.
Right.
Did you know that Balmora Spymaster can get another Balmora Spymaster?
Oh, can he really? Well, I guess, yeah, it would be, because it pulls just a random card, right? I'm guessing that's happened to you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Looking... I don't want to say anything, but
it happened to my opponent. And what I also found out, it happened to my friend. Yeah, we got it. Just to end what I was saying, you can get from Mudcrypt Merchant, you can get the same card twice. Also from that Plunderer card. Yeah, Plunderer is the name. So
gotcha,
I didn't want to be M there. I just wanted to finish my set.
Right. All right, so I see Guildsworn. What kind of what have you got cooking here?
It's naturally in raid, you know. No, it's obviously not. Never played in raid. Never will.
Good for you. Good man. Good man.
Indeed. So you see Vigilant Giant here. This deck, I'd still classify it as mid-range, but there's two type of mid-range decks. You call them mid-grow, right? Those who are ideally focused on being aggressive and only want to be defensive against other aggro players.
Right.
Or even with the right circumstances, raise them. And we have slow range, I guess. I don't know if this is a term many people use, but this deck tries to beat other mid-range decks because it just has a better top curve, actually.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt there, but Golden Initiate on turn 3 is always... I do not like to do this, but
Speak, citizen.
they might think I'm playing in Wade now and invest a lot in their Shadow lane. I technically I did it wrong. I guess I'd have to play it on the left, and then they would start to flood the board right. But yeah, Guildsworn just has this effect that, yeah.
It's got a bad reputation. That's
yeah. When you see it, you naturally. I always start flooding the Shadow lane. If they just play something that has 1/1 there, for my taste, it can stay there for the rest of the game, you know.
Right.
Unless it does not threaten lethal. But I might have some AoE at one point, you know, like Ice Storm. Let's see if my theory works out here, you know. I'm playing another mid-range deck, so I should technically have the advantage if the game goes on for longer. But they probably have God Draw. I'm saying that because that also happens a lot to me. They're going to ring out the Alfiq.
I was say either Alfiq or Hand. I mean, granted, you're not too worried about the drain, but the ward and breakthrough can be a bit of a pain in the butt.
I guess not.
Okay.
Good Ice Storm. Good Ice Storm.
Oh yeah.
Also, Red Year, Ancano, OTK.
Have you been able to pull that off?
Yeah.
Ajit will keep you.
Nice.
A couple
and
of
there's the God Draw you were talking about.
They top decked that, didn't they?
Jeez.
Otherwise, why wouldn't they have played that last turn? So what I could do here is Ice Storm again, and then following turn Piercing Twilight, away the Alfiqs, but it will end up with another value trade, and I might want to play the Vigilant Giant next turn. So
is there
what
a good
else?
Piercing Twilight target?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Corner Club maybe. Harpies, two of them are already out of the game. Yeah, I do not like this play, but I guess I'm gonna have to do it because it enables a future Ice Storm, so we get rid of Do we get rid of the Temple Conjurers? I think my high end is strong enough to kill his corner club gamblers or have an answer most of the time. That means they always have to discard one card, so it's my advantage if they continue playing.
Speak,
Right.
citizen.
Speaking of God Draw, he'll probably have Mighty Conjuring there, which might be game, because it's free trades with my giant.
Yeah. Okay, well, if he has
Guess
it, it didn't come out on this play. Looks like he's just going to go face on this.
One is
No? Okay. Interesting.
The Waka watches over.
Okay,
Ooh.
good for them. Good for them, but I have answers. So let's do this. I believe you wanted to ask me something, right?
Oh, well, I was saying that, because I heard of mid-grow before, but I hadn't heard, what was it again when it's the top end?
Slow range.
Slow range. Yeah, I hadn't heard that term before, but yeah, there's, definitely, that's why I was asking for the last deck you had, like, what your top end was. When you say Ancano, I don't think of that as a slow range. That's probably more of a mid-grow, right?
Yeah. And here we even have Mirac. We have New Era. Not New Era, Red Year.
Right.
I might have a Manticora in there. I'm not sure. I think not, because that would probably be too much.
For the 6th house.
But Mirac in itself, and I'm running a copy of, I think, just one copy of Dawn's Wrath,
Okay.
which was in my starter hand that I mulliganed away.
So with all that
Okay.
removal, like, so what at that point, what is the defining line between, like, what would you say distinguishes this from a control deck? Just the amount of high-end cards you have? Or, because it is a lot of, like, area, like, mass removal, especially, like, Dawn's Wrath and everything. Is that...
That, but also the capacity to go aggro. If I God Draw, I also have that Mighty Conjuring, Temple Conjurer, Elfique shenanigans.
Gotcha.
So when they think they stabilized, I hit them with big bombs later on, or steal something away from them with Mirac, right? So I guess you just have less control tools than...
A little more straightforward.
Yeah, than a straightforward control deck, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't like to do this to not swing with mid-range, but because we're slow range and we're running kind of low and we have no answer to this. You know what? Let me just do it. I don't like not swinging. Maybe it intimidates them at this point, because I always have red.
Well, they can't go face because you've got, well, okay, you don't have lethal just yet, but I mean, like, that 4/4 may want to trade with that 5/3 now that you're starting to push aggression.
But Earthbone Spinner Lightning Bolt is lethal here.
Oh,
Behold, my
okay.
magnificent
Luckily
monster.
they don't have that.
I guess not.
Ooh, that's nasty.
That's all right, because we have removal for it.
Blade in my boot.
So, ooh, do I go greedy, pull the Ancano, and try to go for some new era shenanigans?
Well, you got to survive. How would you?
Yeah,
You're thinking what, piercing javelin and that? Oh no, you.
I could swing here, kill that, swing here, and Ice Storm.
Oh, Ice Storm.
Wait, let's do this first. Now we hope they get a Prophecy creature. Okay. Unfortunately not, because I could have just Ice Stormed the creature away.
Yeah, I was going to say the only problem is it's going to take him a while to build up a board.
Well, at this point for Red Ray, you usually only need 2 creatures, because it's 10 damage.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
And Ancano deals 5 to whatever you hit it with.
Ooh.
So I might want to go for New Era right now. Why? Because I know he has 2 useless cards in his hand, and I don't want to get him free draw. And I know for a fact that he wants to discard one of these, so...
Right.
Wah, wah. Also, I run one Unstoppable Rage. That's why the Ravenous Hunger is strong.
Oh, right.
So actually a lot of late game tools. I guess you could have slow range decks that are a bit faster than this too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's definitely a tight game here, though. I'm just stating the obvious because that's what I do.
Don't we all sometimes? So what do I want here actually? Okay, just for the record, I ran one more Manticora, as I said, a free cost.
Oh yeah.
I'm keeping it basic.
Oh wow. Okay.
Citizen.
That's a good play.
You deal with that, If that eats a lightning bolt, I'm happy. Because I got backup rage plan.
Yeah.
And technically, Tasca would be lethal here, but nothing else. Okay. And it's GG, right? At this point,
Yep.
it's over.
Nice.
So always what I do here, two priorities on the left, but big damage on the right.
Okay.
So always make them go for decisions.
Right.
But they conceded at this point.
Yeah. The writing is on the wall, as they say.
Can I skip a room?
Nope.
Technically not the right order, but I'm not losing this game. You can see from my starting hand. This is an animal scout list.
All right. Yeah.
Also,
Let's hit the obvious.
This is the deck I was first featured on your channel with. We played against each other. At that time, I didn't know you as a content creator. Or I did not catch up to that point because I started seeing your channel early on. Still in the earlier parts, but I was always like 5, 6, 7 parts behind it. So until I managed to catch up because I wanted to see the whole journey, and I was like, hey, I made it in. And I guess at that time I genuinely didn't know you, or I just didn't realize from the gamer tag.
Right. No, that happened for me. I was in kind of the same boat when Legends first started, and I just started finding content creators myself. I would play through, and I would learn after a game. I'd be like, wait, that name sounds familiar. And sure enough, on occasion, it didn't happen a lot, but on occasion, I would find that I had a game or so, a game or two on the, in what they played. But usually, they were showcasing some high level shenanigans, and fortunately or unfortunately, I guess it was very rare that I was involved in those. Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay, so this deck is token style. I made tweaks to this deck after I lost to you. No, not after that. Exactly. This is my villain arc now.
Can I offer you some?
So, also something that I want to note. I usually do not make my decks myself. I pick out decks and I tweak them. I pick them out from all over the place. From our Discord, I have some Aros, made some very fun decks. I play Singleton Telvanni, for example. Old content creators, as I said, my Unite the House list, all credit goes to Charmer. It's the same deck that he uses, that he created a couple of years ago by now. Damn. Time flies by.
It really does.
I guess we go Moonlight Weremoth for magic efficiency, or the hope that we pull a 2-drop with Elderly Matron. Let's go. We played it risky.
Oh, so
One
close. Darn you, Barded Gar.
So this is, as I said, this deck comes from the Verginator.
Okay, yeah.
Also, he's been inactive for some while, but he was pretty much consistent with uploads. Not that frequently. I think he's doing a lot of things, or he's busy outside of this game, which is totally relatable. But yeah. So I tweaked this. This is why you see Black March Warden in it. Kind of random, right? He likes that card.
Yes, he does.
I think one reason is that he does not have a full collection yet. So I thought, okay, this fits into the token. In that token element. Oof, we cannot catch a break.
No, this is just removal central here.
Yeah, but yeah, I like to try out things, you know. Card has worked out a lot of the times, so I just kept it in. I just made a couple of tweaks here and there.
Well, it's a nice shiny premium too, so that's, you know, it's a good reason.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Should I tell them how many crystals I have?
Oh yes, yeah. Go ahead.
It's even worse now. So apparently 99,999 is max in this game. So you start to get like a red exclamation mark once you get near to that number, and the game tells you spend your crystals. Otherwise, they're going to get lost. So I have over 90k.
Jeez.
And, I don't know. I did not craft a lot of premium legendaries because you pretty much have 90k, but you pretty much lose 12k if you, or even more than that if you just grab a full set of legendaries.
That's true. Yeah.
So
that's still most
still
of
an
us
excuse.
But I mean,
excuse.
I was gonna say, to be fair, like there is no removal there that turn. You know, with the game in the state that it's in, like you don't have to worry about buying new cards.
Something new dropping. Yeah, is fair enough. I think I had another lazy excuse last time. I said so I have to replace everything because there's no auto function to do that.
Yes. Yeah. But I mean, no, that is. It is a legitimate reason. It's an excuse, not a reason. It's you know, it is time consuming because I think you said you have like the max number of decks as well. Like I think it's 75. You can have at one time.
Yeah.
So you have a ton of decks, and that would be, you'd have to manually replace so many cards.
Indeed.
But that's a hard life, man. It's a hard life.
Indeed. Well, what I did do is, because they're just my favorite, I premiumed the Dragon Trio from Skyrim, Odahviing, Parthenax, and Alduin.
Yes. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Odahviing looks really great in premium in particular.
And that's actually that one I packed from.
Oh, really?
From one event. Yeah, from one event where I made it. One of my earlier ones, you know. So, I guess I was not even as good as a player back then, or still learning, that I managed to, do very, very well in a gauntlet back then. So what do we do here?
Oh, that was something I did want to ask you about. Did you play? Is this like your first CCG or your first card game, or had you played like Magic or Gwent or any of those other?
I play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, that's right. I remember that now.
Or I played Yu-Gi-Oh. Does that count?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think for sure.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, you can't hear me? Hello?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I had a bit of a lag. Yeah, we have a lag. Am I back?
Yep, you're back. You're good.
Okay. Jesus Christ. That's the best keyword he could have gotten.
Yeah. Yeah, Wolf Rays, this has been one of those games where you just get that idea. I'm not supposed to win this game. Like it's
Wait, I'm going to get I'm calling it now. I'm going to get $3 treachery. Okay. Guess not.
Close. That would have been awesome if you did, though.
You know how awesome that would be because I have exactly 9 magic to play it. So for those guys that try to know what this deck wants to do. Pretty much, you can fight for the board. As you can see, I've been playing for the board a lot, but I still have a lot of ways to generate a lot of creatures, and then you just want to do this and buff them up. So, yeah. I'm surrendering here at this point, I guess. Oh, let's give them Dark Rebirth. Maybe they hit another. they hit another Mulamni with Drain, but no, let's just surrender.
Hermione G, that's I think that's somebody in the Discord, if I'm not mistaken.
Then they know what I'm about to play here, don't they? Okay, switching to Unite here. Mm-hmm. One of my signature decks, but just to answer your question, we had a lag there last game. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Not competitively. It was just a childhood thing. I was a kid back then for first generation. Mm-hmm. It seemed like a fun game. Also, watching the anime to it. But other than that, I actually did not play any other games. So this was my first game on the computer, card game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I told you before that I took a short break from this game. Mm-hmm. I actually tried Legends of Runeterra in that time because I play League of Legends too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was just not the same.
Yeah.
So actually, I guess you could say Legends of Runeterra. Me not liking that game maybe is another thing that brought me back to this game.
Yeah, I remember because I think Charmer actually went there and did a few videos on like how to play it and how it's set up and everything. But I just didn't like what I saw. I didn't even try playing it myself. I was just watching his tutorial and
guys,
it's just not the.
Sorry to interrupt. We have a Unite the Houses mirror match.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, because I stole Elmate's Onslaught from them. They have Mudcrab Merchant, Moment of Clarity.
Oh yes! Wow, what are the odds?
Yeah.
What are the odds?
We're in for a treat here. Okay, let's do this. Because I have another tribunal list.
Mm-hmm.
And Dominion, because you have Rasm, which I'm not using in this type, but you also have that Grey Fox that steals.
Mm-hmm.
What makes Tribunal good is that you...
Oh, you knew we lost you there.
Your Shadowfoot or your Rift and Pickpocket. Hey, there he is. Hello? Am I still in?
Yeah, we lost you as soon as you said Tribunal is great because, and then you cut out.
Okay, no problem. Just let me think. Yeah, they will not try
to trick me.
Tribunal is great because you can use the Necromancers, the ordinary Necromancers, to revive your Shadowfoots and also your Rift and Pickpockets.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's just Dominion just argue and say I have a 50% win rate approximately with this deck, which is kind of crazy since it's a meme deck.
Right.
Percent is pretty high.
It is.
So they will not try to end here, so we're safe to do that. Also with Giggles.
Giggles!
Yeah. And I have purple, but unfortunately it's not a creature.
Oh,
hey, wait, I have Alexia.
I was going to say, well, okay, you may not want to call her a creature, but she qualifies. Oh, Giggle's getting aggressive.
Yep, just a card draw.
Speak, citizen.
Mm-hmm. Drain won't help you out, buddy. It won't help me out either. Okay, here's my other purple generator. You have a lot of purple generators, which is kind of nice. And before they tweaked Yalwalgrove, he would pull out purple and red. So now they changed the guard that he pulls out. Because then you could just have all 5 colors with
one
Dominion.
card. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's just do this. Might have been not a good idea to use my last ring charge there, because 13 magic can always be helpful for Unite. This is obviously another advantage. You can ramp a bit in Tribunal if you feel like it.
Oh yeah. Well, right now you just need to find Unite. Is there? I'm trying to remember. I mean, I guess you got a ton of actions, but like there are certain tutors for. I'm trying to remember who it is. Is it she's in yellow. You give her a map and she pulls an action, I think. I can't remember. But I mean, that's it. I remember from our last session, that was the big deal. There were like 3 Unite games and Unite never showed up.
Yeah, it happens. But your plan B is being control deck. So it's not reliable, maybe, but it should not be, right? Otherwise, everybody would play. Or there would be more Unite. So the thing is, because I just know that they will not push, I feel like this is not worthy of a javelin, but it might be worthy of this. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Giant chicken. Did you lose me again?
Temporarily. Like I'm losing you more often now, and I'm not sure. I don't know if it's just the longer we're on Discord, the longer it does that. But like we've been able to get what you say, but yeah, we are missing like the middle of some sentences, unfortunately. But so I'm wondering if there's another. I'll have to see if there's another. And I mean, I'm seeing all the green bars here, so I got to see if there's a more reliable communication method. It's not bad, but like you talked about possibly wanting to do some casting in the future, and if we do something like that, we definitely want a reliable platform.
Oh yeah.
But that'll be.
I just thought, in case there might be a tournament or something like that again, I'd be happy to co-cast if possible.
Yeah,
Scheduling
absolutely.
works out. So yeah, since I like to share knowledge. Obviously.
So, something of a teacher, or is it a hobby, or?
Nice transition there. Obviously,
so
you know.
clever.
I'm an undergraduate. I want to become a teacher. I'm studying English and history. So I should have my bachelor's next semester. And then I'm going to continue with my master's degree. So yeah. Now you know a bit more about me.
I'm just remembering like there were some cool things. I just thought they round people out a little bit more than so. Like I could be like, "What's your favorite food?" But that's really not. I mean, it's a thing, but it doesn't really tell you much about you. I feel like that's something history and English are being interested in those subjects. I think that's it's a character building bit of information. So hear me out.
Yep. Sorry if I'm not answering your question. I do not want to waste my red, but I can do this. Check it out.
Protect our stronghold. Just forget about C.
Oh,
Mine is the cheaper red.
Yeah. No, that's
and
great.
Tricolor.
Yeah, now you just. Oh man, it's getting so close. I just hope you hold. I hope we find a Unite quickly.
Well,
I mean, you've got to.
We're playing against someone else who's on our Discord, so we would not mind to lose against them. Well, naturally, it always feels bad to lose against another Unite.
That's what I mean. Yeah. It's certainly not a.
And I'm going to tell you guys, I shared my deck. Or I shared that I took the list from Charmer. You're not allowed to win with my deck against me, okay? You play against me, you surrender, okay? Deal, okay.
Honestly, I've actually heard that from several players. They're like, hey, I'm more than willing to share my deck or whatever, but if you happen to play me, You don't get to use. You can't beat me with
I'm
that.
actually kidding, but still going to be a bit salty if I'm going to see this deck very frequently from my own and keep losing to it.
Well, yeah, I just played with an alternate account. I played in the Gauntlet, and I was up against one of our Discord people, and I love watching him play. But when he's playing against me, it's like, oh yeah, and I knew what he was playing, but I couldn't do anything about it because I know the deck. And I was like, doggone it.
To hide any longer.
So what is one of us? He actually started, but I might transition into being a bit more aggro too. Maybe not, but we both can't seem to get our unite in the hand.
You can tell them you thought of it.
Maybe they have it and they cannot get the colors, but I could have united the houses ages ago if I just pulled it.
Yeah. I actually would not be surprised if we were to find out that Hermione does have unite, but just isn't able to isn't able to find all the colors.
That
I don't
might
know
be
why.
enough to
I don't know why I think that, but oh man,
imagine me overdrawing unite there.
unite. Yeah. How many copies of that do you? Oh, maybe that's. I was wondering why he bumped one of the villagers back in your hand. I think was he trying to? I think that was intentional.
It might very well have been. So, okay. I just need to get cards out of my hand. It's not the best javelin target, but I can actually transition into a more aggressive style of Almalexia, which is 12-12, and then Siege Crawler, which is 11-11. 15-15 even.
Yeah.
This pretty much tells him I have another one. But or they might think I'm setting up.
Fine display.
No, I do not have it. I do not have it. How do I respond to that?
That was a mistake.
No, that's not the right one.
It's hard. There you go. That's probably the better one.
Fair play, fair play. They're playing around Unite. I do not have it.
Yeah, they don't know.
Okay. I want to get rid of these. Wait, just because it will scare them more.
Fine display.
I do not have it.
No. I just assumed when they said that meant that they had it, but I'm like, I don't think with 4 cards on hand.
Yeah. No, they see purple. They know what we're doing here.
Talking mud crab.
Oh boy.
Read my lips. The mouth paws.
Pretty much, essentially, you have 6 cards that only cost 2, and have, 3 colors, and they're very cheap.
Hear my command.
You know, with the guild sworn that draws you a card, the recruit.
Right. Yeah.
Do they
Cute little drain creature.
have it? Wait, if they play down green, they have it. So I'm guessing they only need green, but they might have the unite. So this does not take damage. We want to make space so we can dump our hand out a bit more. So yeah, let's.
It is crazy the amount of cards you have in hand, and none of them are unite. Oh, not a red. Not a red, which is all right. You
did not
need that
get red here, but it's okay. We have red in our hand, and just so I can crush a gate, even if it's my own die gate.
That was therapeutic.
Well, it might not have been the best decision actually, because I do not want to dump my green right now. I'm just going to get rid of Fjord Totem then, I guess.
Awaiting your command.
Come on, unite. Where are you?
Yeah, I might have to finish with Siege Crawl.
I fight with the fervor of the wild hunt.
Oof.
Okay. I need to get rid of that purple. Okay, they got rid of it from me. I also sometimes win with Yell Balgrove, you know, they're running out of cards, so...
That's true, yeah.
Also, a good trick here. There's no shot in hell they pull a prophecy now, because that's the top card in their deck. So I can push a bit.
Aha!
I'm willing to do that.
See, even make
Okay,
no
now I enabled them. Another rune break. Yeah, but maybe not do that. So he's going to get an extra card because the trinket is going to deal 1 damage to himself.
Oh yeah.
Or to themselves. But okay, I accept. Okay. Now, how cool would it be if I stole his Unite the Houses?
Yeah. No.
I actually had some guy give me Unite the Houses from Mudcrab Merchant, and it helped me end the game. And it also happened the other way around, I remember.
Oh, really?
So crazy what happens in these games.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's important to, if you can, to sort out what you're up against at the very beginning, so you don't inadvertently give them something the exact thing they were looking for.
So, but playing Unite against something else is challenging because you just have a worse control deck because you have a lot of elements, a lot of cards that you want to keep in your hand. So just mentioning that because we're not seeing it right now. So I'm threatening lethal, and I have to go for lethal, in my opinion here. Otherwise, it's not the logical play.
Right.
And could technically be BMing. And they could pop off themselves right now, right? Any moment with Invade. Shall we do something fun? I think we want. Go away, Invade spawn. Go away, Harpy.
Well, now you knew you had lethal, right? Or were you just saying you didn't want to break that last rune?
Did I have lethal?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all right. That's all good.
So I wasn't paying attention to that because I wanted to skip runes pretty much. But
right. That's what I thought. Yeah.
But usually I would take it. So here I really did not pay a lot of attention. So my bad.
That's all right.
It's take away. Okay. Yeah, now I'm going to push. Yeah.
Yeah.
In my honor.
I'm sorry. We both didn't go.
A fine display.
There we go. That's a nice amicable finish.
What we wanted to do. Just to play their card.
Obviously, in a Unite showdown, you'd like for somebody to get it, but hey, you were up against. I recognize that name, Corona 420-696969. Probably a phone number if I had to guess. But
need to hide any longer.
Was that sarcasm?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Although I know 420 is an area code in the United States, but
yeah, I'm sure that's what they meant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're very lucky here. We got red, so we might have it, guys. We might have it.
Imagine after going through that last game of, like 20 minutes or whatever, getting Unite with, like, what was it on the last time you played? We actually did put that on one of the episodes. You got it on like turn 5 or 6 with Wabajack?
It was not turn 5 or 6, but it was under 10, I believe. And it can happen. It doesn't happen frequently that I finish kind of early, yeah? If you get Unite early on. Yeah, and the Dominion Battle Reef, which has not shown up so far.
That's true, yeah.
Pretty good to go.
It's been just as elusive.
So we stole a good card from them. The cool thing about takeoff is that you know that you're most of the time playing against mid-range.
Oh yeah.
or rather aggressive stuff. Sometimes they play Red Mountain.
Yeah, I know. Tiago actually was running a Red Mountain and Fighters Fence or whatever it is, the 3-2 that discounts, was trying to get like 0 cost cards going. Fun to see stuff like that.
We're on the cusp of a major discovery.
That's what I was talking about. She tutors actions with a map.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
No, wait. Support. You draw a card when you get a support.
Oh, okay. Okay. So not yet.
So what do we want here? I think just for the body, we go for the creature type removal. Okay, so slow start for them.
Yeah,
They
I
got
was just
10
thinking the
gets-
same thing.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. That's
Yeah.
why I didn't say it though, because I didn't want that to happen.
Yep. Even though I do not want to right now, I might have to play the Moon Moth. Decisions. Let's do the obvious things first. Or do we want the camel? Or do we want the rift and pickpocket? I guess I can just bounce it back to turn afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And they do not have any purple. A camel.
Hey, there's Battle Reef.
No camel, but there is the battle reef, which is nice to see, which means 10. Still cannot pull it off in one turn though. Because I do not have a purple generator. He is a purple generator,
There's your purple generator.
but it's I might my out might be here to set up a 2-turn. Oof, that's obviously a game change. That changes a lot of things I want to say. Because this.
So you'd prefer, obviously, to go for a 1 turn.
Okay.
Nice.
Ramp. We got the red.
Nicely done. I'll teach you to disrespect them.
Do we have it?
He's got Red Mountain. Wait, so you have it next turn? I'm trying to see. Unite,
So now we're in.
Dominion 6.
Yeah. Do we have it? I do not think we do. Right?
No. Because you're
But.
buying some time.
Yep. I think that's just. Damn it. Might have to try and do something. Like,
Black hand sees
if they have rage, that might be over, so I.
You can tell them you
Oh, yeah. Oof.
Messenger in the other lane. But
So you need turn
no,
10. You need
I don't
you
see
need
it right now.
10 Magicka, right? Dominion, Black Worm, and Unite.
Yep. I could have, maybe even the correct play was maybe even to kill the Red Mountain, but I would eat 10 there, and I still did not have, or I still would not have Unite
Yeah. Yep.
turn afterwards. But now they're going to drop 2 or 3 bodies, I believe. So
1 turn off. I mean, although you can still bounce, I guess, for stalling or Fortress Watchman. It's gonna be tight. Just gotta see what they've got in those 6 cards.
Did they disconnect? That would be unfortunate for them.
It would be. Because that's all you need is a free turn.
Pretty much.
Usually it'll say disconnect, right? Or are there certain ways of disconnecting where it doesn't actually show up as a disconnect?
They might have just. I guess it shows if they really did.
Oh, wow. Like you said, bummer for them.
Something going on right now. Maybe a phone call.
What to do with
Yeah.
this?
Oh.
Or maybe they're a fan. They just want to see Unite go
Look
on.
at that. Oh, there goes my cheap purple. Well, we can just. Fair enough. Well, here we have purple. I cannot do it this turn anyway. Setting it up for next turn. Well, not as satisfying, but
Yeah.
they made it if they played. But hey, that happens.
Yeah.
As I said, I feel like I'm very blessed with a 50% win rate with this deck. So, wait, I had it? Oh yeah, I had it, but I did not have the Magicka. I didn't have the Magicka.
Right.
And this is how the animation looks.
There we go. Houses united.
Yep.
Nicely done. Nicely done. It would not be an Inu spotlight if we did not have. If we did not see those banners go. Well, let me just ask you, there was something else, and I could have sworn you had a pretty good answer for this. For whether it's new players or just players in general, like advice on moving forward, whether it's like psychological, whether it's how you play the game, you're drafting decks, like is there, like maybe maybe you even have a few things, like parting words for the good folks watching.
Unfortunately, we have lost some very, very, very good content creators. That taught you a lot about the game, but I said this before, you're the first content creator that implements his audience, and we see some great games from a high number of players. I guess just watch these videos, try to learn from them. If you're new to the game, at this point, we're very happy for newer players, obviously. It still kind of amazes me that people start playing this game, but
Yeah.
yeah. Always try to. I guess you naturally get better the longer you play because you know about all the cards. You have to know what cards are in the game at first, to counterplay. But set yourself a strategy. What do I want to do with my deck? Try to get good value. Playing aggro, maybe just go face all the time. You don't need to worry about value that much. Try to be Magicka efficient, maybe. Especially playing mid range. I haven't mentioned that before. I guess control. Sometimes, you're just greedy, or you don't have to spend all your Magicka. Mid range generally wants to spend Magicka efficiently. I guess I'm saying this on behalf of our community. I said this last time too. Thanks a lot for implementing your audience. I guess a lot of people just do not have that much time, or they cannot put in or do not want to put in that much effort to record, edit, and post their videos. So you giving us or people like me a chance to also produce content with you doing all the hard work, I guess, or do all the work behind the scenes. Thanks a lot. I think a lot of people in the community appreciate you, and we even have someone like Thiago who's starting their own channel. So
Absolutely.
You built an active community here in a game that is unfortunately is dying out. And we're happy to have you.
Well, thank you, and hey, I appreciate you being proactive. And this is kind of as a note to other folks as well. You know, I'm being an introvert or whatever. I don't necessarily naturally reach out.
Yeah.
So having people say, "Hey, I'm interested. This is what I want to do." I'm more than happy. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for. So I appreciate your proactivity, and also I'm keeping it in mind for tournaments and anything that what we could do. Split commentating and everything. Like I said, I know Brave Carry Out also expressed an interest. So I think we could have a great panel of commentators for tournaments. I just got to get that element aligned, but I like, or maybe next time AROS has a tournament, or the NPO folks put on a tournament, if we can collaborate on that as well. But I'm grateful. I mean, an organizer can only do it if there's people that actually are still here, and it's a very, very vivid and very active community. It may be small, but people love this game. Like you said, there's just no other game quite like it. And it's really helped bring us all together. And I'm just happy that that there's enough of us to to create a community. So, and it's things like this that help it grow. So thank you so much for showing us the really quite a myriad of decks, and of course showing the how effective Unite can be. Getting 9 wins. I just did a gauntlet, and I was so happy to get just 6 stinking wins. Before I lost, and to go 9-0 with Unite is phenomenal. But thank you so much. It has been a pleasure, and who knows? And this certainly is not spotlights. I guess the official spotlight is more of a one-off thing, but we can certainly have more games like that, or opportunities like this in the future where we just play a game and we're both commenting on it. I do want to figure out Discord or something else. Like I said, we're not missing parts of what you're saying, but other than that, I think we've got a good way forward.
Yeah, let's hope it works out, and I'll gladly be back for more.
Alrighty.
So again, thanks for having me, and maybe, who knows, see you next time.
Sounds good, my friend. Take care, have a great night, or I guess great morning now. It's probably 1 o'clock your time, something like that.
Yep. It is.
Right.
Wait, let me check. 1:15.
Oh, jeez. All right, with that, we'll wrap it up. Thank you again. You all have seen and beheld the wonder and the magnificent play of Inu. And until next time, keep playing.